And I am back. So someone asked me earlier if I could do something with some masking fluid. So let's do something with some masking fluid and we'll go from there. I think we are going to do a strawberry. Strawberry, here we go. It's not going to be a 5-hour strawberry. I know that there's a few tutorials out there that have glazing and layering, etc., but let's just do a strawberry and see what happens. I'm going to use this masking fluid, and I'm using it on just this scrap piece of paper, so I'm not too sure how it's going to all run, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly just draw out a strawberry shape. So I'll start with the point, that's where my strawberry is going to sit, and we're going to sit it about here. So that's my diagonal, and this is how I often draw things. I start with the bottom and work out, okay, this is where my bottom is going to be visually, this is where my top is going to be, and this is where my sort of fatness of that strawberry is going to be. And I follow that sort of guideline. I'll bring that out a little bit. So it's this shape, and then I'm just going to bring those edges up. It's kind of like a heart shape, give or take. There's my strawberry, and my strawberry is going to have some leaf action going on. So I'll pop one here, one there, roughly one there, pop one here, pop one there, one up there. And as you can see, I've gone a bit high. There might be a reason for that. I don't know. We'll see. Alrighty. Maybe it's because I like to hold the paper, so I'm giving myself some finger support. Alrighty, so what we're going to do is we're going to pop in this masking fluid. I don't use it often. People say, how do we apply it? I use here we go, a rigger. Nice fine point on this rigger. If we take a closer look, it's 3/0. It's a Renault Art rigger, and this is what I use. And it cleans easily. It gives me what I need and no stresses. So straight into the bottle. I do not like the way this stuff smells. Straight into the bottle and taking a little bit off. And then I'm just popping in where these pips are going to go. So just randomly doing some dashes for my pips of the strawberry. Now I will be applying a hairdryer to this, so it's all trial and error to see if we can dry this masking fluid a little bit quicker. So pop our pips in, and they're changing direction as you go around to, so not all going one way, they're sort of moving around. This is very quick, so you can pop your seeds in a lot more precisely than what I am. But just as a guideline, just banging these guys in nice and quickly. And that was Micador for Artists reacting to my story. Go them. Alrighty. Popping these seeds in. Sort of wispy action. And I might even let's just use some here on the leaf, which normally I wouldn't, but let's see what happens when we pop some up there. And then we're going to have a larger highlight, which I'm actually going to leave as I'm painting. Alrighty, so that is that. Cleaning out that brush straight away. Voila, clean. There's no rubbery effect, there's no residue, there's nothing. Alright, now I'm going to bang out this hairdryer. Again, excuse the noise. Trial and error with this one. Hairdryer straight onto this masking fluid to dry it off a little bit. basically I'm drying this until I feel that there is no, that's still a little bit tacky, until there is no sort of glaze left on it, and that in my head means that the masking fluid is dry. I'm not sure. Again, I don't use masking fluid often, so this is trial and error, like I said, so let's have fun with it. Okay, so that's me done with the masking fluid and drying it. So let's see if this works. It may or may not work. It may not be a perfect marriage for this particular paper. I'm going to come in with my mop brush number 3. I'm going to straight into like a nice little rosy red, and I'm going to take note of areas within this strawberry that are going to be darker and lighter. I'm just bringing in the colour, and as you can see, the colour's not sticking onto that masking fluid at all. Okay, so I'm just working my way around with a little bit of colour, and then the areas that I'm going to leave white with nothing but no masking fluid because it's a larger area. And I'm going to go in a little bit darker here. And I want to go in a little bit darker here and fatten up this girl here. My strawberry has become a female. This is super quick. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this strawberry. I just want to test out this masking fluid and see how we go. So remembering to leave those lighter areas for highlights, and then we'll come in and deepen those colours as we go. Coming in a bit stronger here, just dropping in that colour straight out of the palette. Use a little bit of water and we'll wash that out. Again, do the same thing. Pop in some deeper values here. Super quick. Okay. So that's what we've got so far. Now, I want to use my spritzy technique, so I'm going to load up the red here, and then I'm going to get my little spritzer and pop in some paper towel underneath and pop this on an angle, and we're going to spritz it a little bit. That's what I want to do, that's what I want to create. Okay, so sort of that drippy effect, and I'm just going to pick up some of the colour and just tint that paper a little bit. Now I'm going to come in with the hairdryer again to dry off that area. So this is the first layer, no details. I just want to leave that as is for now and come in with my greens. I'm going to use the rigger brush for the leaf work and some yellow. So I'll come in with a warm yellow and I'll start straight with that yellow here for one leaf. Just work my way around and pop in some yellow in a few of those leaves. Mainly sort of those tips and edges. So I'm creating an edge here, this will curve now. And I'll do the same here. I'll wet my brush a little bit, might help. So just a warm yellow and follow around. Use the rigger on its side, and then we're going to pop in some greens. Strawberries shouldn't intimidate anybody. I think they look pretty easy, and you don't have to overcomplicate them. Like I said, we don't have to spend 5 hours painting a strawberry. So just that first layer of that leaf, I'm going a little bit lighter with this one, and then straight over that yellow. And I'll do the same with the ones that are from a distance. I'll go that lighter green straight over the yellow, bring in some water, probably too much water, so we'll just take that away. Bring in that green. And again, that light green on that leaf here. Okay, so I'm thinking that we should remove the masking fluid from our work, because even though it might look pretty cool now, it's kind of probably the better thing to do is not to leave it on there. Now this leaf here, I'm just going to pop a line through. I'm just going to put some variation in. Now, what I want to do as I'm creating this, I want to have a deeper green at the front, so just a bit darker. So off I'll go with that darker leaf and let that merge in with that green. See how it's sort of playing with that green in there, and a little bit of water. Draw that green out. Really intensify that front leaf. That's the one that you want to put some detail in. Okay. And then the back ones, we're not going to really worry too much about them because they're sort of fading out. Mix that in, leave a little bit of that yellow. Again, I don't know how this masking fluid's actually going to react and come and play with us on this paper, so fingers crossed it comes off. If not, it'll add texture. Probably a good idea to do a test run when you are painting, so that you actually know how your paper behaves with that said masking fluid. I really want to just pop in a little bit of yellow, just up in that one. And then drop in just a little bit of green. Give that a bit of texture. Remember, we have popped some masking fluid as well onto this. So now as that's drying, we're going to come back in with our red. It's a really nice, gorgeous colour. And we're going to darken up some of these areas. I'm just working around some of these areas. Habit, I guess. Masking fluid's there, so I might as well just take advantage of it. Throw in some more colour in the middle. I'll wet my paper a little bit more and then drop in that colour. I want it to be sort of wishy-washy, magical, watercolory looking strawberry. As opposed to some perfect glossy specimen. Just popping some line work. Okay. Just rectify this shape a little bit. Bring this down and bring in some more colour. Squeeze square that off a little bit, I think I'll be happier. And then pull out that colour upwards. So you can change your shape a little bit, don't be afraid. Okay. And then just continue layering. Now I'm going to come in with a little bit of purple. Let me see which one is that what I want to use. Okay, just a little bit of purple. And that's going to intensify that red. Just a little bit. And draw it out and mix it into your red. And bring it in there a little bit. Okay, so now that I've done that, I just want to get rid of that harsh line there. I'm just going to soften it out. And I'll come in with some shading down the bottom soon. I'll pick up some of that colour. I just want that highlighted a little bit. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bang that with the hairdryer again. Maybe round off that edge. I'm getting a bit fussy. Hence the room that I left also to change the shape until I'm happy. Here we go, that's a bit better. Alright, now I'm going to dry this area and then we'll see what happens with this masking fluid. And then we'll come in and do some more details. Rule of thumb is you want your paper to be dry before you start peeling this off. So I'm just going to move that and it's coming off really easily. It's just flicking off. Just circular motions is getting that off now. And we did some up here in the leaf section, so let's see what happens here. Okay, and then I'll just dust that off. So it's worked quite well on this branded paper. Okay, and now this is the fun bit. Just going to come in with some paints now. Create some shading. Using the number 3 mop brush. And I want to just loosen that up a little bit and bring it out. And then just use the paper towel in the areas that it's just gone the way you don't want it. And then I'm going to come in with the rigger. You can see a little bit of masking fluid that I didn't take off. come in with the rigger with your purple value. And then just work around each of these pip sections. That's probably the most time consuming bit. Let's come in with a little bit of that red. Drop that around. And just go over that purple with your red. And just work your way around each of these. Again, this is a very quick strawberry, not spending too many hours on it. Just working my way around these guys. And I'm adding some pips here, and I'll come in with a little bit more of that red soon. So they're all on one side, these darker areas. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with a little bit of yellow and ever so gently drop it in to some of these areas. Just a few. And water that down a little bit. And then I'm just going to bring that up a little bit. So you've got the slightest tinge of yellow in there. And then I'm going to work in some of the darker pips. And they do run around. So work your way around. Go in a bit deeper. I'm just using a blue now. An indigo. And I'm just doing that on one side. Then I'll use that same sort of blue colour to do another layer of that shadow. And then loosen it up a little bit. And then we'll come back into the leaf work a little bit. Remember working on that value of, let's go nice and strong on those front leaves. So come in nice and strong. Just drop in a little bit of water and have a fiddle with those leaves. And then I'm going to come in with the red quite concentrated here underneath. Just wash out some of that. And again, it's all about the layering and get those rich colours coming through. So I've just used that one red and I've just kept layering and layering. So you're basically using the rigger like a pen or a pencil, which probably gives you a little bit more control. Pop in some water. I just want that to have some texture. Let the colour flow a little bit in the water. Again, it won't go anywhere where you've got the white because you haven't popped the water in there. Just increase your layers as you go. Work your way around, deepening those colours, and just keep layering and glazing, 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 glazing until you are happy with where it sits. And sometimes these little seeds, they have these like little wispy bits, so you can choose to sort of wisp out a few of those seeds from the ends, where they sort of just, you know, have a little bit of wisp to them to add just a little bit more texture to your work. And again, just more red. And then as that dries, another layer, and so on until you get it to that consistency that you want. So happy days with this masking fluid. It worked really well. Just working my way around. If you want to deepen the colour, just add a little bit of purple into that red. And just layer, layer, layer until you get it to where you want it. Alrighty, that will do for me now. That is 3 for 3. That should keep you guys busy. So we've got the first one, which was the lipstick, the second one, which was the avocado, and then the third prompt, which is the strawberry. And once this is dry, you can come in with like a gel pen or something, and you can work some outlines around these leaves to make it a little bit more interesting. Have fun with it, enjoy it, and I will catch you guys on Monday. And I think I'm pretty much coming close to the end of the month, so these daily little prompts will stop, but I will pop in a few here and there when I have time. I hope you enjoyed this one. I actually enjoyed painting this little strawberry. I think it was a lot of fun, and not too hard, so that the beginner can actually do it with ease without any stress or anything like that. One strawberry, one fat juicy strawberry. Enjoy, guys. Thank you for watching. Have fun, Paula. I know you will. Have fun drawing and painting, and I shall see everyone's work on the page. All right, later, guys.